What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Timothy Hannock. I wanted to get back to my story here, and if I remember correctly, I told you guys I would explain the whole thing about Kim. She was my first fiance, as I said before, I'm sure, and before and after we had sex and I took her virginity, I ended up cheating on her. Yes, I know that was wrong of me. I was young. I am still young, but I was younger, dumber, very unwise. And back then I still had somewhat of a sex addict issue. I was constantly talking about sex, which is the reason why we were constantly arguing. Um, and that was because of the whole sex addict thing that was going through me. And just like any addiction, it doesn't just easily leave, even after a year or so. Not having it for that long while being a sex addict really drives you insane. In case you're wondering, how do you become a sex addict and how do you stay as a sex addict not having any sex for a year? It wasn't easy, I'll tell you that much. But that was the problem with me and Kim. It was just me, and there was rumors spreading about me after we broke up saying that I hit her. I never hit her. The only painful thing I've ever done towards her, which was by accident, was when we were having an argument at her grandparents' house. I grabbed her by the arm, and she tried walking away, and her whole arm was extended, and her shoulder kind of popped out of place real quick and went back in. And she's like, "Ow!" out loud. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I didn't hit her or anything. People decide to make up their own version to the story to make someone else seem terrible. That was the worst thing I've ever done to her. And like I said, that was by accident. I didn't grab her or go like this. I just grabbed her while she was trying to walk away, and it popped her shoulder out or something. I mean, I can remember that day perfectly clear. But let's get back to this now that you guys understand all that. Our problem was that I was talking about sex, like I said, every time we were together. And now I hate myself for acting the way... for acting that way. Because it's not who I am. And it's not. I cheated on Kim with Steve's sister. The weird part of it is he set it up to happen. He did develop. I developed feelings for her, but screwed everything up. After I graduated high school, my grandma passed away. Then one day after that, Kim broke up with me for a guy that used her for sex. In case my words, when I got everything mixed up, didn't catch on to you guys. My grandma was, dying at the hospital, as the story says, and while she was dying, I actually ended up taking her money. I had her bank card, her bank number, and everything. So I went to the ATM and I took like $300 to $500 a day out until she was clean out from her card. And I ended up spending like $200 or $300 on Kim, which was stupid of me because after I ran out, once I gave the last like $400 or $500 to my mom to pay for the cremated my grandmother. Kim broke up with me a day after my grandmother was officially dead, and that just sucks. Everyone obviously knows what it's like to lose someone that they care about, whether it's a friend or family member. So yes, I know what that's like. My grandmother was the closest person to me, family-wise, because we did so much together, and I took care of her. She took care of me, all that. So she meant a lot to me, and she still does, even though she's dead. I'm trying to think. But yeah, after she was officially dead, Kim and I was on the phone, and she said, "I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you for this other guy who just used her for sex." So that relationship didn't last long, by the way. It only lasted like 2 or 3 months. I moved in to a old friend's house to help him pay rent, and so I could get out of my mom's place. This guy's name was Glenn, and we were good friends until his baby mama came into the trailer. This girl is not the same Kim, not my ex, just a different Kim. I eventually got kicked out and moved into a apartment, which is this apartment. This time I started dating around this time I started dating Abigail Shimko, who later on cheated on me with many guys. Let's just say the first year of us being together was the best, but after that it all went downhill. I did end up cheating on Abigail because of all the times she cheated on me. And I learned that two wrongs don't make a right because of this. After I kicked her out of my home, I moved Sam Wilson in with me. Let's just say that she's the reason I was able to quit asking for sex all the time. To be honest, I'm really happy that she was worse than me when it came up to sex. Sam is the reason I am no longer a sex addict, and that is legitimately true. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it, but now I prefer calling it making love, and that is also true, due to the respect I have gained for women. All women deserve respect because of all the pain they have to go through with pregnancy and childbirth. Or as you guys would say, probably child labor. But anyway, Sam wouldn't give me space, and that drove me crazy, so I ended up cheating on her because I was unhappy with her. Everywhere I would go, she would have to go with me. After Sam and I broke up, I ended up dating her ex-best friend, Sonia Rodriguez. Sonia and I were only together for 3 months before we broke up. The reason that we broke up was because I was always embarrassed being around with her in public. She would always act like she knew what everyone was talking about. Now for the last relationship of this story, my ex-girlfriend Brittany Weaver. Brittany was a nice, sweet, pretty, and religious girl. The problem was that she was too religious for me. She is 1 year older than me, and she is still a virgin because of her grandparents and her aunt always telling her what she should and shouldn't be doing. I forced myself to change for her, but ended up feeling miserable because I couldn't wait over 6 months for making love. Not just that, but also due to the fact that I couldn't text her past 6 p.m. or make out with her at all, due to the fact she was afraid of it going too far. Those are the reasons I broke up with Brittany, and also because she blamed most of her problems we had together on her ADHD. After every breakup I had, I would learn something from it to better myself. Where I just saw something pop up on my screen and now I lost my place. I'm sorry, everybody. And I got some time left. Crap. Okay, so every time I broke up with someone, I would learn something from it to better myself for the next person. Instead of blaming everything on my exes, I always tried to look at what wrong I did so I can become a better person. I am a loving, caring, honest, gentle, sensitive, compassionate, strong, and a little outgoing kind of guy. I will give my life for anyone, even for my enemies, or for those who hate me. The end. We're done, everybody. I'm done. So, I'd like to know what you guys think about my story. For your questions, if you have any, please put them in the comments below. If you have any questions, like I said, I will wait for a certain period of time. I'll probably wait until the end of this month. I'll write down your questions on a note card or something, and I will, list who you are, put your question next to your name, and answer your questions. That's how I'll do it. That's the way I'll do it. Alright, making sure I have enough time. But yeah, I cheated a lot, I know, and I hate myself for what I did. I really wish I could go back and take back all the times I cheated on those girls. Sonya was really embarrassing to be around in public. I couldn't stand being embarrassed all the time. Other than that relationship was good. We never argued once within those 3 months until the breakup happened. And Sam, I should have never gave up on her like I did, but I couldn't stand not having any space. I had no space whatsoever. Every time I wanted to go hang out with a friend like my friend Kevin, she was just like, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, and I couldn't deal with it. It was driving me nuts. And, there was no excuse for what I did, though. There was no excuse for cheating on her. That was a poor excuse for ever, wanting to cheat on her. I'm complaining about having too much, making love too much, or therefore sex. Is honestly, to be honest with everybody, even if my exes are watching this, I've only made love to one person, and that's the person I'm with right now. All the other times I've ever done it was honestly just sex, and I didn't have a true connection with any of them except Abigail. She was the first one I've ever fell in love with, but yeah, I never did make love to her. There is a big difference between making love and sex. I'm just letting you guys know that. And if you don't know what that is, then I'm sorry for your loss then, because there is a big difference. If you really want me to explain the differences, fine. I will take my sweet old time, which I got plenty of, write down the differences and explain it all in a separate video. But if that's only if you guys really want to know what the differences is, because there are some people that try to act like a smart ass and say, well, what's sex? Okay, then what's making love? And then people hesitate and they end up saying the same thing, but it's not the same thing. So, alright. Well, I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I read my whole story. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, again, please comment down below what they are. I'm really happy I got through all this. That's my life story. From the time I was born to now. Alright, guys. Well, I appreciate all you guys watching, taking the time to watch parts, 1 through whatever this one is. I already forgot. Lost track. But, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate your guys' time, your comments and everything. So, take care of yourselves. I'm going to take care of myself and move on with my life. Try not to stay in the past, because the past is just going to beat you up. And no one needs that. So I hope this book has helped you guys. And hopefully you don't feel alone anymore in life. So take care. Peace.